It was a crisp autumn evening when Alex and Jenna stumbled upon the abandoned house at the edge of town. The locals had whispered tales of its hauntings for years, but to the young couple it was just another old house with peeling paint and overgrown ivy. Curiosity overruled caution. They entered, pushing the creaky door open with a groan that echoed through the empty halls. The interior was a time capsule. Faded wallpaper, dusty furniture, and an eerie silence that seemed almost too loud. As they explored, Jenna noticed a peculiar painting hanging crookedly on the wall. It depicted a family, mother, father, and two children, smiling unnervingly. The family's eyes, however, seemed to follow them as they moved. Jenna shivered but dismissed it as a trick of the light. The house's unsettling quiet grew thicker, almost tangible. The air felt heavier with each step. They reached a narrow staircase that wound upward into darkness. Despite a growing unease, Alex insisted on exploring the upper floors. Jenna hesitated but followed. The stairs creaked under their weight as they climbed. They reached the top and found themselves in a long, dim corridor lined with closed doors. One door stood ajar, a sliver of darkness spilling out into the hallway. Alex pushed it open, revealing a small, dust-covered room with a single broken window. In the center of the room was an old rocking chair that began to sway gently. Neither Alex nor Jenna had touched it, yet it moved back and forth as though being rocked by unseen hands. Jenna's breath quickened. Alex was about to suggest they leave when they heard a soft, childlike giggle coming from behind them. They whirled around to find the door had slammed shut. Panic surged as they tugged at the handle, but the door wouldn't budge. The giggle came again, closer this time, followed by the sound of tiny footsteps pattering on the floor. In the dim light, Jenna saw a figure, a small child in old-fashioned clothes, standing in the corner of the room. The child's eyes were hollow, and its face was pale. It held a small, tattered teddy bear that seemed oddly familiar. Jenna's heart raced as she realized the teddy bear was identical to one in the painting downstairs. The child's gaze locked onto hers, and its mouth twisted into a wide, eerie grin. The giggling grew louder, more frantic, until it became a cacophony of distorted laughter. Alex pulled Jenna away from the figure, trying to force the door open. As the laughter reached a deafening pitch, the room began to spin. Shadows twisted on the walls, and the air grew frigid. Just as Alex was about to break the door down, it flew open, and they stumbled out into the hallway. They fled the house, not stopping until they reached the safety of the streetlights. Behind them, the old house seemed to sigh, its darkness swallowing any sign of their intrusion. The next morning, the house was gone, replaced by a neatly trimmed lawn and a new home. The townsfolk had no memory of the old house ever existing, and Alex and Jenna's story was dismissed as a vivid nightmare. But Alex and Jenna knew what they had seen. And sometimes when the wind howled just right, they could still hear the child's laughter echoing faintly, a reminder of the house that had vanished but not quite disappeared.